Dog saves newborn. We know that dogs are man's best friend for a reason. The fluffy animals are truly loyal to their families and other humans. A stray dog in South Arabia saved a baby from certain death and made a family very happy. While searching for food, the dog came upon a trash bin where a few-day-old baby had been abandoned. The dog picked up the newborn and put the baby on the porch of a nearby home. The family took the baby immediately to the hospital. Thankfully, the girl survived and only had very minor injuries. Tiger saves caretaker from leopard. Lions, tigers, and other big cats are often misunderstood animals. There are poachers that illegally hunt these big cats for sport, circuses and illegal breeders that abuse these beautiful felines too. But Eduardo Serio is the co-founder of the Black Jaguar White Tiger Foundation, an organization that helps rescue these big cats. Oftentimes, he can be found spending time with the big cats on his sanctuary. One day, while he was calmly petting a lion, a leopard rushed in at him from behind. A tiger friend nearby saved the day by jumping up at the leopard and stopping the attack. Even though the leopard came after him, he still has a lot of love for these felines, the leopard included. Giant rats. It's the middle of the night. Your room is dark, and you hear it. It's the sound of scratching in the walls and footsteps in the ceiling. It's at that moment you know you have rats. We think of rats as carrying diseases and destroying our clothes. But some giant rats are not nuisances at all. In fact, they are heroes. In Tanzania, Angola, Mozambique, these rats have been trained to save lives. They are able to sniff out landmines so that the residents can go out to get water and live their life safely. They even have superpowers to sniff out tuberculosis in 10 minutes. TB tests usually take an entire day and are extremely expensive. These rats are cheaper and a more efficient way to detect the deadly illness. So far, these rats have saved tens of thousands of lives. The most heroic chicken. You may have noticed while visiting a farm or chicken coop that chickens generally squawk during the whole day. They squawk to call their chicks and to communicate with one another. They also can use their voices to alert others of danger. On December 2012, a couple woke up on the early morning hours after hearing their chicken cluck, cluck, squawking loudly in desperation. When they went to check on her, they were shocked to see their garage on fire. The fire detectors did not work, but their chicken dutifully alerted them to the danger. They fled the house but could not get the chicken out. Thankfully, she was found by firefighters and she was unharmed. The chicken had originally been saved from the neighbor's house. They were going to sacrifice her because she wasn't laying any eggs and had a lame foot. Maybe she was paying this couple back for their kindness. Saved by the dolphins he helped save. Swimming in the ocean can be a fun and exciting activity. But what if you were to encounter a shark while you were swimming? It will probably feel like your worst nightmare. Well, a British long-distance swimmer, Adam Walker, came face to face with this exact situation. The swimmer was swimming in the ocean waters off the coast of New Zealand for a good cause. He was raising money for whale and dolphin conservation. During his long swim, he saw a great white shark quickly approaching him. To his pleasant surprise, a group of dolphins came and accompanied him on his swim. They stayed with him until the shark gave up and left. He was able to complete his swim without becoming shark food. The Cat Who Smells Illness. Most of us know somebody that has been diagnosed with cancer or another serious illness. It can be heartbreaking to watch them struggle with pain and sickness. Sometimes these illnesses go undetected for a long time, making it even more difficult for treatment and recovery. In 2014, Sue Mackenzie's illness was detected by Tom, her pet cat. Sue thought it was very unusual that her cat had been strangely affectionate. He normally was not the cuddly type. He preferred to be alone. He kept pawing at her neck and whining. She took Tom to the vet, but he was fine. But she was the one who wasn't fine. He had been alerting her to a lump at her back of her neck, and it turned out to be stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma. Luckily, the woman caught the disease in time, and her treatments were successful. Lifeguard dog saves baby. You've probably been to the pool before and had lots of swimming time and playing games with your friends and family. Pools are great for summertime fun, but you have to be very careful because they can be dangerous too. A mom was walking to her garage to get a shovel with her toddler following behind her. Except when she got to the garage, her toddler wasn't hovering at her ankles as she would have expected. By the time she walked back to the pool, her son was already in the water, but their heroic dog was saving him. The family dog was nearby and brought the unconscious boy out of the water. Thank goodness this heroic act from the family dog saved the baby's life. William the Parrot. We know parrots to be talkity birds. After they hear us speaking, they imitate our sounds and words. It's an amazing gift that can even save lives. One babysitter had a close call while working. She was in the bathroom when she heard William the Parrot making lots and lots of noises and flapping his wings. Once she heard him saying, "Mommy, baby," she knew something had to be very wrong. Sure enough, the 2-year-old little girl she had been babysitting was choking on something and couldn't breathe. Her complexion was even turning blue. If the babysitter had stayed in the bathroom any longer, the results could have been very different for the girl. Thanks to William the Parrot for alerting the babysitter. Beluga whale versus the Arctic. Most of us learn how to swim when we are very young, which usually turns into competitions with other kids like, how long can you hold your breath? Adults like to play games too, but adults take it to the extreme and may have to add animals for fun on occasion. Well, there is a similar competition for adults. Yang Yun, a 26-year-old diver, took part in an apnea diving competition. The rules were for the competitors to dive in 20 feet of Arctic-like waters without breathing equipment. Things took a turn for the worse when the cold temperatures of the water caused massive cramps in her legs. She was essentially paralyzed in the water, unable to come up to the surface. But Mila, the beluga whale, saw the diver in need of help and came up to the rescue. The whale clamped its jaws down around the diver's leg and pushed her to the surface. Dory the rabbit. Many of us kick off our shoes and unwind in front of the screen after a long day at work or school. What could possibly go wrong, right? For one couple, watching TV was almost a deadly affair. The husband, a diagnosed diabetic, had fallen unconscious on the couch. His wife was unaware, thinking he had just fallen asleep as usual during the TV program. But Dory, their pet rabbit, knew that he was in grave danger. The rabbit jumped and poked at the owner's chest incessantly until the wife looked over to see that her husband wasn't just simply sleeping. An ambulance was called to take him to the hospital immediately. Fortunately, he made a full recovery thanks to Dory, the courageous rabbit. The horse who saved a boy from a grizzly. Usually, horse rides are a fun adventure. Rarely, they can become dangerous. On a tour through the Glacier National Park in Montana, a grizzly threatened the entire tour group. They had unintentionally crossed paths with the bear as it was chasing down a deer. Once the grizzly saw the horses and the horses saw the chasing bear, chaos ensued. A couple of the horses ran to safety, but one ran in a different direction and the bear decided to chase after it. Atop the horse was a young boy on his first horseback ride ever. Tonk, a large horse, and his rider went after the boy to save him from the grizzly. Horses typically will not willingly run towards danger. But this horse trusted his rider enough to chase after the grizzly and even face off with the bear. The sheer size and confidence of the horse sent the grizzly running. The boy and the rest of the group were saved from a sinister ending. Guide dog saves men on train tracks. If you have ever taken the subway to work or school or anywhere really, you would know that you are never supposed to cross the yellow line. If you did, you would be too close to the train and you could even fall on the tracks. A blind man and his dog were waiting for the train when he suddenly felt dizzy. He quickly lost his balance and crossed the yellow line, falling squarely into the tracks. His guide dog bravely leaped down to be with his owner. He was licking his face, trying to get him to move. The frantic movements of the guide dog called the attention of the train conductor, who immediately slowed down. Both the dog and the owner made it off the track safely, thanks to the dog's heroic efforts. So, if you're looking for a superhero, look no further than the animals around you. They may just be the hero you need. One more reason to be kind to animals. You just don't know when a rescued chicken or even a wild dolphin may come to your rescue. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time. Remember to click the bell icon after you subscribe so you can get instant notifications of all of our new videos.